All
I'll
right,
see you,
Xander.
I'll catch you tomorrow.
I got you, brother. Make sure you guys hit that like button. So we just had a Philly fan on. Now, I'm going to go to a guy because here's been my take, and I want to set this up for Garry, Fox 29. Gary's been really busy, and I knew that he was going to. When Garry said he was busy today, I know why. Because Eagle fans are back. They are back. I look at a 60-minute, really great opportunity to move forward and build on. You guys look at it like they're back to being Super Bowl contenders. Let me get to Garry Cobb here from Fox 29. Garry, bring some sanity here. Holy cow, he's in a limo again. Every time I call the guy, he's in a limo.
Yeah, I got to go do this. I got to go do this appearance. So, yeah, because, that's what I was trying to tell you. I got to do an appearance. But anyways, talking about the Eagles, and you're right. People are excited about the Eagles. When I go up here, everybody's going to be, EAG, that's all they're saying. But I don't think we need to get ahead of ourselves, and I don't think the Eagles need to get ahead of themselves because, come on, the Bengals they got a good offense. Defensively, they're not anywhere near the top teams in the league. So that's what you got with the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the defense, I will give them credit. The defense did a pretty good job, and they do have some weapons. I mean, you look at that team and, Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Come on, this kid is outstanding. So if you stop him, you got to get credit for that. Of course, Jamar Chase is a young wide receiver, as good as any in the league. And they are doing some good things. And that's why you got to say they're young cornerbacks, the young receivers. In fact, who was that went in there made that the play on the Isaiah Rodgers. When I was out at training camp, I like Isaiah Rodgers. This kid should be playing. He's got speed, quickness, good height, and he should be on there because the kid can flat out run. I mean, the kid runs a 4.2, and he got great quickness. He is a good cover guy. So I think they need to find a way to put him on the field. But just looking at them, though, they got some good kids in the secondary. Dejan, you see,
yeah.
The play he made on on the third, third down or fourth down. I think it was fourth down play.
Fourth down. It was 4th and 1.
Come on. Making that play on Jamar Chase. Come on, this kid can play. He's got good size, but the surprising thing is he's got great quickness. And the kid is an outstanding athlete. We've seen that on returning punts. They made a good pick when they made the kid because you can have him do things that there are not a lot of guys in the league. Like everybody that can cover doesn't want to tackle. This kid wants to do both, and he can do both. So right now, that kid, I like the kid. And of course, you got to like some of the other picks that they've made. These are some good young players. So I like that. We're going to see whether they can rush the passer. As we go through the season, can they rush the passer and put consistent pressure on a quarterback? Can they do that? Now, they haven't shown us they can do that against a good team. So I want to see whether they can do that. But I like their secondary. I mean, they got some good young players back there, and I think they're going to just get better because, they're learning. And, they're getting their hands on the football. I'd like to see them catch more of the balls they get their hands on. They got to learn to do that. When you get a chance to make an interception, that's a huge play. So they got to come down with more of those. But I really like some of these young players they got on the defensive side of the ball in the secondary. I think that they're going to be some good players and everything. When I look at the offense, they weren't playing against a great defense. But you go out and do what you're supposed to do, which is, if it means you embarrass them, then you embarrass them. Putting up 37 points, that's a good sign. So I think they're headed in the right direction. Jalen's playing some good ball. And I think he's the key because with all these weapons and with Saquon Barkley, I think that they can play with anybody in the league, especially if the offensive line gets totally healthy. It's exciting. You see they got a chance. Have they proven anything yet? Now, come on, the Bengals, come on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Gary, let me. I got a couple questions. I know you're going to a place now, so I'll
No
keep it
problem.
quick. I got a couple here for you here. Do you think over the last 3 weeks, though, since the bye week, that they've done this? His passing attempts this past Sunday were 20. The week before they were 14. The week before that they were 23. And in the first three it was 31, 36, and 37. It looks like to me that because of the addition of Saquon Barkley and them running Hurts more, that they've downsized his offensive passing game, which has turned it back into what we saw in 22, and it's making that more efficient, and they've become more efficient again at running the ball. Do you think they went into that came out of with the epiphany of, hey, we got to run the ball more, man. We got two elite runners here with Barkley and Hurts, then that's going to open up the zone because those backers, as you know, if they know Hurts is going to run, they're going to play closer to the line of scrimmage. And if they don't, like Wink Martindale said, they're going to float back more into the zone. That's why you're seeing better pass routes and guys more wide open. Do you think they came out of that thinking that? Because they're trending that way right now.
Well, I think they were thinking that way, and I think probably Jalen might have been talking about that because you see he's comfortable running the ball.
Yeah.
And that threat there, I think takes pressure off of him as a quarterback with the passing game. Because when they got that run threat there, it just opens up everything in the passing game. I mean, and it makes it a lot simpler. So I think that may be what happened. Of course, I want to see them continue to do this, but without a doubt, the running game has just exploded. I mean, look at the numbers they're putting up week after week. And when you've got Barkley and you've got Hurts running the ball, it's very tough, boy. It puts a lot of pressure on the defense because these guys, they don't just make, 5-yard run. They can break it and break off a long run. And that's really what hurts the defense. And, I definitely think they're headed in the right direction. Of course, we're still early in the game, but I really like what I'm seeing out of the team. But it was a surprise yesterday, though. But definitely offensively, they are headed in the right direction. And the key is going to be Jalen. I mean, we've seen them get that running game going, but getting him in sync with AJ and Devontae, then look out. And you're going to see Dallas Goedert sliding back out there. And, they don't have the toughest schedule. That's not a bad thing either. Wouldn't mind seeing them play in Jacksonville. In fact, they can tell Jacksonville, we play you guys 2 weeks.
Absolutely. Gary, have you been surprised with the development of what Vic has done with the defense?
Yes, I have, pleasantly. He's put more pressure on the opposing offense, and it seems like they're just in more sync back there with the pass coverages. You see them making plays on the ball where they're getting turnovers, and that's what's exciting because, I heard Nakobe Dean talking about how much they were stressing turnovers over the last 4 or 5 weeks. They're saying we've got to start getting turnovers. We've got to start getting turnovers, and then to see them punch a ball out late in that game. Now that's what you want to see, because see that's not just an accidental turnover. You punch that ball out, that is aggressive play, and that's the kind of thinking that's going to help these guys. If they want to get in the playoffs and make a run at this thing, they're going to need turnovers, man, because turnovers are huge, and they've been able to have a pretty good record without getting turnovers for a while. So the turnovers put you over the top. It's a huge asset and a huge number when it comes to winning in the NFL. If you win the turnover battle, good chance that you're going to win the game.
Absolutely awesome stuff, Gary. Have a great time in your limousine going to your next event and having those Eagle fans just telling you that they're back and they won the Super Bowl on October 28th. Thank you, brother.
All right. Hey, have a good one.
You got it. That is my friend, Garry Cobb. Even Gary knows, man. He's showing up to the event going like this. Holy cow. We're back. Everyone knows it. We're back. Even Angelo and I are like, let's see it week in and week out. I'm with Garry Cobb on that. All right. Hit the like button. We'll reset. Keep it here, National Football Show.
If you missed any of today's show on the JAKIB Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify.